Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly.
Hey, what's up, boss?
Hey, Johnny. How are you doing? Welcome, bud.
Good.
Welcome, welcome. Hey, we'll get started shortly.
Okay, sir.
Awesome. Hey, Kawisi, welcome. We'll get started shortly. This evening is Q&A. Q&A. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Charity, welcome, Charity, welcome. Hey, Bill, welcome, Bill.
Hey, David.
Hello. Guys, we'll get started shortly. This evening is a Q&A. Lots of good action in the markets. We'll get started shortly, everyone. Hope you guys are trading the dollar pairs.
So my son's been hanging in with you, huh? David?
What's that?
I said my son's been hanging in with you, huh?
Yes.
He's showing me his results, and he's like, yes, you got to forget about everything else. Trend following is where it's at.
That's where it's at. And
So you got to just forget about everything else.
Yeah. And to be a young man in this game, he's going to do really well. Hey, Terry, welcome, Terry, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Q&A this evening. Q&A. Seen a big move in Bitcoin. We'll go over that. This should not be a surprise. We'll get started shortly, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, but this is your opportunity to ask any questions, guys, on any of the markets, any trades that you guys might have. All right, any concerns that you guys might have, whether it's with the systems, the markets in general, or anything at all. So this is Q&A. So this is your opportunity to ask any questions. Okay, so there are a few things that I want to go over this evening. All right, so but again, this is your opportunity. But there's some things I will touch on. Hello, Stella. Ilona, welcome. Eric, hey Eric, welcome. All right. So any pressing concerns or questions you guys have this evening before we get started? And you guys can ask any questions throughout. Just stop me at any time. Any questions? All right. So as we go through this, just stop me. This is your time. On Mondays we do a Q&A. All right. So hey Gary, welcome.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, good. All right. We've got some movement in the markets. All right. So we have volatility in just about every market. And as traders, that is exactly what we want, right? We want movement, we want volatility, right? We remember we make money when things trend, not when they consolidate, right? All right, and our goal is to always be on the right side of the trade. And this is an example here. All right, you guys should see my screen, crypto's monster. And we've been talking about Bitcoin, that it's been in the markdown phase. All right, so we talked about this on Sunday, right? That we would be looking for. We talked about it on Thursday, talked about it again on Sunday, and Bitcoin broke down, right? Broke down. It's on a daily time frame, right? Really broke down through this consolidation, right? This consolidation here. We've been talking about Bitcoin holding, and guys, it's important that when we do this, right, we take this knowledge and we transfer that information to our other trades. All right. All right. So markdown phase, we know we're in the markdown phase, right? 30,000 was pretty good support. Bitcoin finally broke that 30,000 support. And we've been looking at a target at 20,000. So we've got near-term support at 20,000, which is right here. This isn't very solid support. All right. 10,000 is where we've got really good support. So right now we'll look for Bitcoin to perhaps take a break at 10,000 is where we're looking at right now. All right. And I know it's hard to believe, right? Knowing that it came from 60,000 all the way up here. As a matter of fact, I think it was 68, 69,000. And this is why we do this. This is why we do this every day, right? So that we are not the folks that bought up here and is still holding all the way down here, right? So we are in the markdown phase, right? In the markdown phase, we've got lower highs, right? So lower highs, lower lows. Okay, so we're in that markdown phase, sell short signal here, sell short signal here. We're at a buy to cover here. But again, selling resume, we've got red candles and we're moving lower. All right, so right now, 22,000, we look, like I said, we might get a little bit of support, okay, right around 20,000, which is right here. But based on the price action, I don't think it will hold. Again, this is not very good support right in here. 10,000 is what we're looking for. If it doesn't hold 10,000, then it can go much lower. All right. Any questions on this? You guys should have questions on this because this is a big deal. And I know some of you were in Bitcoin, or, you know, I don't know if I think most of our traders are out of Bitcoin. All right. But any questions on this?
David, is it possible that it could ever go worthless?
Yeah. It could go to zero. Yeah. Not just Bitcoin, anything we trade. Yeah, anything we trade, it can absolutely go to zero. There's no guarantee that any instrument out there can't go to zero. They can always go to zero. All right. And that's a good question, because when we get those sell signals, all right, when we get those sell signals, right, that's why we have to get out, because we just don't know how low the price can go. All right. So absolutely. That's why we have to get out. When we get those sell signals, a break of support, we get those sell signals, sellers come in, we have to get out. We have to get out and just wait for when the buyers come in. And we don't know when that will happen. All right, so this is a good example of why we need to get out, stay out of the trade, and just wait. All right, so that's a good question, Bill. It can go to zero. It absolutely can go to zero. And there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. Remember, we are traders. We're not investors, so we don't buy and hold. I say buy, hold, hope, and pray. So there's no guarantee that you know, if an instrument is in that markdown phase, right? There's no guarantee that it's going to get back up to that area, and there's no guarantee on how long it will take. If it does get back up, it might take, you know, I'm not referring to Bitcoin here, but you know, we've seen stocks where it might take 5, 10, 15, 20 years to get back to its high. Sometimes that never happens. Okay, so this is a good example why we don't just want to be in a position and just hold in the markdown phase, right? This is the markdown phase. So there is selling coming in, right? Like I said, right now it's at 22,000. Looks like it wants to break that, get into 21,000 and change. Sellers are definitely in. This is a new move down. All right, this is a new move down because we just broke out of this consolidation right here, right? Broke support, that 30,000 support. So that selling starts all over again. This is new selling here. All right, so this is brand new selling. So forget about this area down in here. All of this right here, forget about that. That's new sellers coming. That's redistribution. New sellers entering the market. Forget about all this price action. That's gone. We've got new sellers coming, and all they're looking for now is to take that price lower. All right. Any questions on this?
What makes it stronger support at 10,000 than 20,000?
Okay. All right. That's a good question, Charity. Let's take a look here. All right. So what we'll do is we'll move it to a wider time frame to see the price action more clearly. All right. And we'll open it up a bit. All right, so this is on a daily time frame. Let's move it to a weekly time frame. Okay, so if we look at a weekly time frame, all right. So Charity, if you look here and everyone else, right, 20,000, and Bitcoin does like these whole numbers. Okay, so 20,000 would be right here. And the only reason we say 20,000 is because Bitcoin likes the whole numbers, like 10,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20, 30, right, 40, and so on. All right. So Bitcoin, we know that, right? But as far as support, we do not have any support at 20,000. So look here for a second, right here. Right here at 20,000, this is 20,000, this line right here, we don't have any support. Okay, so you see right here that price is in that markup phase. Okay, no support. All right, so coming down, well, no resistance, right? So going up, resistance, coming back down is support. So we don't have any support right here to hold the price. You see that, Charity?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So we don't have any support here for buyers to come in and hold the price. Right here is that 10,000 mark. So let's bring this down. All right, so so we know 20,000, we don't have any support. All right, 10,000, we start to get support. So right at around 10,000, right here is about 10,000, we start to have support. So let's draw in that support. All right. All right, Eric, yeah, I'll get with, we'll take a look at RCL. Just remind me. All right, so, okay, so Charity, here is your support now. So we know coming down 20,000, we don't have any support. 10,000 is this line right here. This yellow line is your 10,000. We do have support right at 10,000, which is previous resistance. Okay, so if you look here, right, we had a little bit over here, okay, where price had a difficult time moving higher. That's resistance, right? This whole area in here, right? Price had a very difficult time breaking that resistance, okay? So coming back down, that support, we had this area in here. We had this area in here where price had a difficult, those buyers had a difficult time breaking through that 10,000 mark. Okay, all through here, they had a difficult time breaking that 10,000 mark. You guys see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's your wall, right? So it was a wall there, pretty strong resistance, right? Moving higher, and now it becomes support. So that's going to be an area where price might stop. All right. Now, if we turn on our buy signals, so here is we're showing our sell short signals, but let's turn on our buy signals. And so we'll see this more clearly where this was, see here. So our buy signal right here failed before. Our sell short signal failed here before. So this whole area here had a very difficult time. And this is pretty good consolidation. So the shorts had a difficult time. The longs had a difficult time getting through here, right? Either side getting through here. So this is a pretty good, strong wall. Now, below, and Charity, I'm glad you mentioned this because we haven't been talking about, we've been talking about the 10,000, the 20,000, but then we've got 4,000, Okay, so if we break through here, if the price gets below this 10,000 mark back into this consolidation, and I think we'll probably get, if it gets down in this area, we'll get accumulation. If the buyers failed, right, depending on the selling, we could break through. So Bill, so your question is, can it get to zero? Absolutely. This will be the next support area at 4,000. Okay. So here was the previous buy, right? Previous buy on this break of resistance. Now this is the weekly time frame. Sell signal here, right? That 30,000 we've been talking about. That 30,000 mark was a pretty strong mark, right? Here is 30,000 right here. And it's been really trying to hold, but then it failed. So this week was an important week, right? Where it failed. So Sunday, it opened up Sunday, and today is this price action here for the week. All right. And now it's moving lower. Bitcoin needed to hold. If you guys look here, and that's why we've been saying it really needed to hold that 30,000 mark, kind of like here, needed to hold that 30,000 mark, and then buyers needed to come in to move higher. All right, we needed to hold that 30,000 mark here. Buyers needed to come in to move higher. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. So failed support. All right, now the sellers are definitely in control. Right, so the next target, right, the next target is right here, 10,000. All right, if it doesn't hold that 10,000, so let's say it breaks 10,000, we get accumulation in here. Okay, in here between 10,000 and 4,000, kind of like this right here. You guys see what's happening. You see that pattern right here. Then we'll have to see what the price does. And so we have two options. Buyers, right, can take it back up, all right, or the sellers can now break support, that 4,000 support, and now take it even lower. All right, so this was important. This week is important for Bitcoin. It really needed to hold that. We haven't been at this number here, all right, since late 2020, right? Late 2020 was the last time Bitcoin has been at this price right here.
So David, I know you don't like making predictions, but do you think like if it got to 10,000 or lower, like there would be a huge fire sale on this and a bunch of people would want to go in and start buying it up?
Not
Or
necessarily.
would it be a fear factor and everybody keeps dumping it?
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, fear. Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, that could happen. Now, keep in mind that this selling in Bitcoin is not in isolation, right? So it's not happening by itself, right? So we have other markets that are moving lower too. All right. So we have the equity markets. So we have the Dow. We've been watching this, right? So the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, right? So we have here is the Dow breaking down also. We've been talking about this, and this shouldn't be a surprise. This is why we do this, so that you guys can prepare, right? Not panic, right? So while everyone else is panicking, right, we're on the other side and we're capitalizing on these moves. This is when we make money, right? This is when we do well because things are moving. All right, so these VIX, you guys know about the VIX, right? So the VIX right now is at 34. That's high, right? Let's move it to a weekly time frame here. That's high. Every time that VIX gets above, really above 40, we start to see real selling get into the market. All right, so guess what? As these markets go down, right, Bitcoin will go down with these markets. That's the way it works. Hey, Chris, welcome. All right, so if the volatility goes higher, right, gets to 650, 60, 70, we'll see these markets, Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, right, and stocks, right? We'll see a lot of these stocks, a large percentage of stocks will follow these indexes. All right, so 80, 90%. So if Bitcoin, Bill, to your question, if it was just Bitcoin, I would say, yeah, you know, buyers might come back in, right? Buyers might come back in and push the price up. But we're in the markdown phase in the equity markets. All right, we're seeing the dollar. Look at the dollar. Dollar's making a big move. Finally really broke resistance convincingly. This is on the monthly time frame. So we've got all of these different markets, right, that are really moving in different directions. So, and all that does is confirm the big macro move. So, so yeah, Bill, it could go much lower. Yeah, I don't like to predict things, right? We just look at the price action, but based on think of sellers, when sellers get into these markets and when buyers get into, right? By the time we see these break of resistance and break of support, this is why we watch this so closely. There's a reason why, right? And we don't always need to know why, but you know, understand this isn't retail traders that are moving these prices here. These are big institutions. So once they decide to get out, and that's really what they're doing here, right? They're dumping it. So they have to decide at some point. There's a reason why they're getting out. Right? So think of it like this. There's a reason why they're dumping, right? So they've got their reason. We just follow the price action, but they had their reasons for buying, right? Now they've got their reason for selling. Hey, Gerald, welcome. All right. So they have to change their opinion, and they have to change their opinion, right? Whatever fundamental data or whatever, they've got to change their opinion. So yeah, in order for the price to go back up, those buyers have to have a real good reason to get back in. All right. So I'm not a betting man. If I was, then 10,000 is the next price. Definitely 10,000. I don't see it getting, I don't see buyers coming in anytime soon. And Bitcoin can move really, really fast, right? I mean, look at this price action here, right? It can move really, really fast. So support 10,000. Support 10,000. And then we'll see from there, right? We'll see from there. It might get around 12,000, you know, it might get around 14,000, but even if it gets around 13, 14,000, we'll call that 10,000. And then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, but this is, if you're not trading Bitcoin, if you've never traded Bitcoin, it doesn't matter, right? We need to understand this is why we do this. So we are not that trader, right? Or that investor that bought in up here. Right? I mean, could you imagine? And I know one person in particular, not a trader of ours, right? Just a colleague, all right, that bought up here, right, at 68. I mean, imagine the pain, right? But not only that, the not knowing, right? The not knowing. And the waiting every day for that price to move higher, right? We don't want to do that. We want to get in, out, right? In, out, and then be done, right? If we want to short, we can go short, but we want to be in and out, all right? All right, any other questions on this before I move on? Any other questions? I think this is important. And we've been watching this, right? We've been watching this. So this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. What phase is it in now? What phase is it in now?
Markdown phase.
Markdown phase, very good. What phase is next? After the markdown phase, what phase is next?
Consolidation.
Consolidation, very good, Johnny. And then after that, what's the next phase after that? What's the next phase after that? After consolidation? It's a trick
Break
question.
resistance
It's a
or
trick
support.
I was
question.
gonna say we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. Very good. We don't know yet. All right. Very good. Those 4 market phases, I was talking to a trader today. He's been with us for about, gosh, 3 years now. And I'll say who it is, Brian. And for 3 years now, we just introduced the 4 market phases, what, about a year ago. And he was saying how it's really changed his trading, right? So that those 4 market phases will really keep you guys on the right side, right, of the trade. And just logically, right, get you thinking logically, right, without a lot of emotions, right? All right. Okay. So let's go to Monster Scalper. Who is in and please tell me we've got more folks, right, trading the dollar. So who's in the dollar? Anyone in the dollar? Who's in the dollar?
I am.
All right. Charity, good job. All right. Anyone else in the dollar?
Yeah, I'm in.
Bill, good job, Bill. Anyone else in the dollar? Okay, Stella, you're breaking up a bit. Okay, Stella, anyone else in the dollar?
Yeah.
Very good, Stella. Anyone else in the dollar? Okay. What time frame? Terry, you in the dollar, right? You
Yes.
still holding? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay.
I'm also in USD CAD.
Dollar CAD. Okay. Okay, good job. Okay. All right. And everyone is on the 240. Is everyone on the 240 or the 30-minute?
240.
240, 240. Anyone on the 30-minute? No one is on the 30-minute. Okay. Okay. Good job. Good job, guys.
It looks like to me, like the 30-minute is the same as the 240. Like it hasn't closed any 30 minutes.
Okay.
I
Which pair?
So like US CAD or sorry, I'm on the road.
Oh, okay. Be careful driving, Stella.
Okay.
That's fine. You don't have to look at. That's fine. I want to say this. So this is a new rotation that just started, right? Right. This is a new rotation, right, guys? Right? Yes or no?
What do you mean by that?
This is a new rotation. The previous rotation was the yen pairs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right. Okay, so the previous rotation was the yen pairs, and this rotation we've got now, we've got the dollar pairs, right?
Are you referring to the velocity of the trades for the
No,
yen
no,
pairs?
no,
What do you
no,
mean? What do you mean by
no,
that?
no. So, yeah, so does anyone want to explain to Johnny what that means? Anyone wants to take a shot at that, what that means? That
It's
the
just
pairs are
rotating
rotating.
between different currency pairs. So we went through the yens just now. Now we're going through the dollar pairs.
Very good, very good. Good job, Charity. All right, guys, I'm getting some background noise. Please help me out with that. Okay. All right, so this is important. We were just trading the yen pairs. So the yen pairs right here, all right, the yen pairs were moving up. They were trending up. All right, so let's take a look at pound yen, one of my favorite pairs to trade. All right, so Johnny, we were trading this in the markup phase, right? Most of the yen pairs, if not all of the yen pairs, they were in that markup phase, right? So we went long, right? We went long. We had buy signals here, right? So
Are you displaying something?
yeah, you don't see my screen?
No.
Oh, you guys don't see my screen?
I see your screen.
I see it.
I see it.
Oh,
Right.
wow. I
Okay.
just see your picture. I wonder why that is. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. I
You
can
see
see
it
it now.
now? Okay, okay, perfect.
No,
Okay,
mine's-
okay. Eric, you see it?
Yeah, I see it. It looks great.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, so here is so this is important. This is really, really, really important when we trade Forex. But any markets, any of the markets rotate. They rotate from bullish to bearish, up or down. They're trending up, trending down, right? They'll go through a markup phase and a markdown phase. All right. And as monster scalper traders, right? And Johnny, you have monster scalper, right? So it's really, really important we follow the rotations, right? And the rotations happen like this, right? These are the different pairs. So we have the Aussie pairs. And I know we go through these guys, but we have to keep going through this. It doesn't change. Okay, understand the rotation will change, but the way we trade doesn't change. All right, that's why we keep going over the same thing, right? We go over the same thing over and over and over, and that's okay. That's okay because it doesn't change. The way the price moves doesn't really change. What changes is what's moving, right? What's in the markup phase and markdown phase. All right, so good question, Johnny. So let's go through it. So right here, these Aussie pairs, the Kiwi pairs, the yen pairs, the dollar pairs, the euro pairs, and then down here, we've got the pound pairs. These will always rotate. So they'll rotate from red down, all right? They're moving down, okay? They're moving down to moving up. All right, the previous run we just had, right? And we've been saying, get in the yen pairs, get in the yen pairs, trade the yen pairs, trade the yen pairs. This is an example here, right? All right, so we bought here and we got out here. So this rotation with the yen pairs, it's over, right? It's no longer up, selling is coming in. You see the price action here? Selling is coming in. We should be out of this rotation. The new rotation, which just started, I believe it started on Thursday, right? Thursday, I believe it started. We started to see buy signals late Wednesday into Thursday, right? And then it picked up, all right? Is with the dollar pairs. So this is what we traded now. This is what we should be trading now, the dollar pairs. We should no longer trade in the yen pairs long. All right, they're no longer in the markup phase. All right, and now we should be trading the dollar pairs because guess what? And as a matter of fact, it's too late now. Right? It's really too late now to trade these on the 240. All right. This happens quick. So when these rotate, right, when they go through that markdown phase, right, we start getting buy signals, and you guys saw this, it happened really, really quick. Okay. I mean, I think I sent out a picture of this earlier today. This is USD MXN, right? This was, today is the 13th. This move started on the 10th, right here. And here it is right here, right? I mean, that's a crazy move, right? That's a really, really big move in a short period of time, absolutely straight up. So when we look at these rotations, you see they're really buying the dollar pairs, right? Right. So guess what? We have to move from one group to the next. So we are rotating. And what's when we say they're rotating, that's really money is flowing, guys. Money capital is flowing from one to the next, right? Is flowing from one to the next. Our goal as traders is to anticipate that move, right? Anticipate that move. When the price breaks resistance, we get a buy signal, we have to just jump in. Right? We have to just jump in. We can't wait. Okay, we can't wait, because if we wait, right? If we wait and don't get in near that buy signal right here, right? And I know we get busy, right? Things happen, life happens, right? But guess what? If we try to get in up here, it's too late. All right. So our goal is to watch these pairs, right, as they go down to that markdown phase, right? As they consolidate, kind of pay attention, and we'll send out that information, right? But once they start giving buy signals, and the cool thing is, if we get several of the, I think we had all the dollar pairs give buy signals within a day. Okay, so those of you who got on these dollar pairs, and you got on early, it's paying off pretty quickly. And the goal is, what we want to do, and we want to do this over and over and over. So we want to take all that money we made here, right, in the yen pairs, right? And now we want to take that money we've made, and then we're going to reinvest it in here. I don't like that word invest, because we don't invest, we trade. But we want to pay ourselves, put some of that capital away, treat ourselves. But now we've got capital that we made here, put it over here, and take these pairs up. At some point, the dollar pairs will stop. We'll get sell signals on these dollar pairs, and then we'll find a different group, right, to trade, a different rotation to trade, right? And how will we know we've got a new rotation? Anyone? How will we know we've got a new rotation? Anyone?
You're going to tell us.
Well, we have usually
And Bill,
a pair that's like matching, or like not matching, but like it's opposite. Will start to trend down as it starts to trend up, or sorry, vice versa that. So
okay.
the trend will change when you have its opposite pair start to do the opposite direction, start to
Okay.
change direction at the same time.
Okay, so we'll see that in this area right here, right? Right. But what else? What will we see here? What will happen here on the chart itself?
This is just a
White
stab
candle?
at it. I was gonna say, you'll see a lot of the other pairs coming out of consolidation, perhaps.
Yes. And then do what? So coming out of consolidation, like here, this is consolidation, and what will they do?
They will trend in a certain direction, I guess.
Okay, and they've got to do what?
Oh, give a signal.
They've got to
Give
get
a
a
signal?
signal, right? Yeah, but they've got to break resistance or
Oh,
they've got
break
to break
resistance, yeah.
support. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, when the price breaks resistance, there's no more indecision, right? So look here for a second. Look here. Look here for a second. When you guys do this, you figure this out, it's really cool. It's really cool. Okay, so here we've got a lot of indecision, right? That's consolidation or accumulation. Green candles, white candles, there's no real move, right? No decision. Here, we've basically got all red candles. So we know here, right, the sellers are in control. Here, no one is in control. Here is resistance. Here is support. It wasn't until here when the price broke support that sellers got in control. See here, clear red candles, sellers, red candles, those are the sellers. All right. Here we've got indecision. Here is resistance. Here is support. Same thing. White candles, green candles, red candles, right? Right? No decision, indecision. We don't trade this. We don't trade this. It wasn't until here where the buyers got in control. Green candles, we got our buy signal here on a break of resistance. Guess what? Now the buyers are in control. All green candles. Right? All red candles here. Sellers are in control. Markdown phase. All green candles here. Buyers are in control. Mark up phase. Here, there is indecision. No one has control because we are trading between support and resistance. It wasn't until here when we broke. That's why support and resistance is absolutely critical. It wasn't until here when we broke resistance, right? We knew that the buyers are in control, and guess what? They're definitely in control. It wasn't until the price broke support right here that the sellers got in control. Okay. You guys see that? Yes or no?
Yep, what's up?
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. All right. So what do we do now? Right? Check this out, right? So you guys did good. Those of you who were in the dollar pairs, you guys did really good. So look here, USD MXN. All right, that's number one. It jumped up to number one. The yen pairs a few days ago, right, were leading the pack. But look, USD MXN is number one. USD NOK is number three. USD CAD is number four. Who's in CAD? Someone said they're in CAD. Who's in CAD?
I'm in CAD.
Okay.
I'm also in.
Okay. So you guys are in CAD.
I'm in CAD.
And Terry, you too. Did you guys get in near the buy signal?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. How does it feel? How does it feel?
It feels good.
It feels good. All right. That's what we want, right? We want that good feeling. If you guys, and I just want those of you who trade Monster Scalper, right? Your goal is this. Forget everything else. Your goal is this, right? And I know there's a lot to think about, a lot to do when it comes to trading. We want to keep it real simple. All right. those of you who are trading, a lot of you on this call, you guys are trading monster scalper. Your goal every single time is to be up in this area right here. If what you're trading, right? If what you're trading is consistently up in this area in here, it doesn't have to be the number one pair. It doesn't even have to be the the third or fourth best pair. If you're up in this area here and you're not down in this area here, guess what? You're gonna have that good feeling. It's gonna feel good. As a matter of fact, it's going to feel real good. Trading will be a lot easier, right? And guess what? You just might make some money. All right. And it's, you know, I was talking to Brian today and he said, David, you know, you're right. It is simple. This is very simple, but it's not easy. And the reason it's not easy is because we're trying to get these pairs down in here to do what we want. All right. So Johnny, so to your question, the rotation, all we have to do is forget about what we want. All right. Forget about what we want and focus on the rotation, right? And Bill, you're right. I'll tell you guys, right? I'll tell you guys what's rotating, but very soon, right? And you guys are starting to do it because you're starting to trade that way. Is that the cool thing is you'll see for yourself, right? So you'll see for yourself. And the cool thing about it, when you see these rows, it's easy to see, right? You see here, look here, all these pairs, they're going up right here. It's easy to see, right? These are going down, right? It's easy to see. Buy signal here, markup phase, right? So trust yourself, trust what trust your process, trust your system. And then the cool thing is you can start adding zeros. Okay, so we talked about this last night. Your goal is to start here at 1,000 units and perhaps one day get it to 100,000 units. I'm not good at drawing. I'm bad, but you guys get the idea. What we don't want to do, right? What we don't want to do is this. All right. We don't want to do this. This is pretty scary here. All right. So this is pretty scary. So if you guys want to trade, right? If you want to trade, right? We want to really figure this thing out, right? We know this is in the mark. As much as we want the price action to move higher, it's in the markdown phase. And what we want doesn't matter. What we think is going to happen doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that the sellers are in control. It's in the markdown phase, and we just leave it alone. All right. And I know we keep going over this, but it's what it is. This doesn't change, right? Hey, Eric, go ahead, bud.
No, I was wondering if I could I know your class is ending soon, but I did want to get to a couple questions.
Okay.
I wanted to ask about RCL.
Oh yeah.
D-Dog from Thursday.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I totally forgot. Okay, so is it RCL, right? Royal Caribbean?
Yes, sir.
RCL. So you were looking at puts on that, right?
Oh, I already had them, sir. I was locked and loaded.
Oh my goodness. All right. So how did you do, Eric? How did you do?
4,500.
All
I
right.
had 200 contracts.
You had 200 contracts
Yes, sir.
at 4,500. So 45 was right here.
No, I bought them slightly out of the money. So when it did that big drop, it swelled up. I just played a little theta game, or beta rather, or delta, sorry. I played a
Okay.
game of the delta. I got it really low, and when it swole because of the drop, because I remember you were saying, be careful because it might not drop as far as you think. So
Mhm.
when it did the drop, I made sure I sold at the end of the day.
All right. And you got out when?
At 3:52, I believe, right
Today?
before market closed. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. All right. Okay. So you were, let's see here. Okay, so let's bring in the sell short. What time frame? I forgot. What time frame were you on?
I identified it on the daily and the 4 hour. That's where I noticed the drop was coming, and that's when I bought. But I just figured the drop was so violent today. I was like, and they might cover and make it bounce tomorrow. So I was like, let me just claim what's mine, and I can live to see another day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good job.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Good job.
Your voice kept being in my head. We were like, be careful. I was like, so I wanted to make sure I could say I was listening, you know?
Well, you did the work, right? You executed the trade, right? So good job. Let's see here. I mean, you could get some more, but guess what? Take the profits, and get out of there. It's really right, really breaking down. There was another one too, wasn't there? Another one
D dog, but I'm still in that one. I did not sell that one, sir. I kept that one.
Okay, what's the symbol again?
It is a D dog, or DOG.
Okay.
This one also is taking the flogging.
Yeah. So just stay with it. On
Should I drop down to the hour time frame, or can I keep watching it on the 4 hour?
No, I think you're good on the 4 hour. Let's see here. So here is the daily. All right, here's the daily. You have a sell short signal here, right? And you had a previous sell, right? But you know that the markets are very bearish, right? They broke some really nice support. So we should get some, hopefully we'll get some additional selling tomorrow. So what you should look for, do you have a price target on this?
For D dog, it was $78, sir.
78. All right. So what to look for on the 240? I will keep it on the 240. You don't need the 30. Look for a break of 85.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Break of 80, 85. Should push it lower on the weekly. Let's bring a weekly. Good job with these trades. Good job. All right. So on the weekly, it looks like you're testing. Keep a weekly up. Keep a weekly and the 240. I would say, let's do about 80. So move that to
Okay.
80. Um, uh, I think the way the price action is going, you shouldn't get, here is previous support right here.
Mhm.
Here is previous support. You got some support right here, right? So 80, you got some, right? So if you can break this, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You're good. You could, are you, when do those expire?
For D-Dog, I have a July 15th.
July 15th. Okay, so you've got some time to let it run.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, if you can get past 80, right? This is your area right here. You have
Yes, sir.
nothing left, right? You got a little bit over here, but if you can get past 80, so watch it closely, right?
Okay.
You could get selling come down in this area.
Ooh, man, that would be nice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Will do.
yeah. And it could happen based on what the indexes are doing, but keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Okay, good
I
job.
I had one more question.
Okay,
Well, it's kind of two, but I'll just leave the one because I know time's running out.
okay.
Dillard's, you know, the department store,
Mhm.
DDS.
Okay.
I keep looking at their stock and it just seems too overpriced to me. I don't think Dillard's should be valued that much more than Macy's. So I'm like, is it time for them to come back to reality?
Okay, well, it's still in the markup phase.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave that alone then.
Yeah, so on the weekly, it's still in the markup phase. Let's take a look at the daily.
Oh wow, yeah, it looks strong. Wow.
On the daily, it's consolidating. I would look for to go short. It would need to break 220.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll keep that.
so you've got support here. So keep it on your radar.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. It failed. Let's draw it out here. So if you look here, right, here was previous support, right? And it's got pretty good support. You guys see that, everyone? Right?
Yeah.
It's got pretty good support here, right here, right here. The previous sell short signal, this sell signal failed. This sell short signal failed, right? Right, failed. And then it came back down to this area here, failed. All right. So you have a lot of 3 short signals that failed. So you have to wait. All right, Eric, you have to wait for it to get below 320. So
Okay.
I would say anywhere down three, like perhaps not 220. It's got to get below 220. So
Okay.
to be safe, probably about 210, 205,
Okay.
right? And then you should be good.
Good to go. Okay.
Mhm.
Do I have time for a couple quick more?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. PZZA, Papa John's Pizza.
And
I was
guys, this is good to learn, right? What Eric is doing here. All right.
It is a downtrending, but it looks like it's at the top of its like channel per se for Papa John's. PZZA.
Okay, so PZZ.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So the daily looks good. All right. All right, let's take a look at the 240.
Yeah, those are the two time frames that I really like. I feel like I can see the best on those two, the 4 hour and the daily.
All right. 36. All right. So, okay. So look here. So on the daily, right? This is what we're looking for on the daily, right? So we know it's in the markdown phase on the daily. You're a bit
Yes, sir.
late. right? You're late,
Okay.
but that's okay because you've got the markets are very bearish. We had, you've got some selling. So what we want to
Yes.
look for is this. You see this pullback right here. All right.
Yes, sir.
We can bring in an RSI, but you can see it here. So you see these
Yeah.
white candles, this pullback,
Yes.
right? And then the red candles. This is
Yes.
your entry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I am a little late. Yeah.
No, but you're perfect. So here you see these white candles here,
Yes,
white
sir.
candles. You see these red candles here.
Mm-hmm.
You see that follow through here, and then you see that
Yes.
follow through here.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Okay, that's what you have here. So
Okay.
you have your white candles here, and you have the sellers coming in.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're looking for is to test this area down in here. I think this is about 70. So, but you can get
Okay.
in early, you can get in now. Same thing is happening here on the 240. You see where the buyers came in to push the price higher and then
Yes,
failed?
sir. And they failed. Yep.
And you see your sellers coming in here. That's what we want.
Okay.
You see where it failed before the buyers failed, sellers came in here.
Yes, sir.
That's what we want. Same thing here. All right. Buyers came in, sellers failed right here, push the price down. So this is a perfect setup.
Okay.
All right. You have sellers came in, right? Sellers came in today, right? And what you're looking for is now to push the price lower. Now, you don't have a sell short signal yet. Okay. But it will come.
Okay.
Okay. It will come soon. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good job. This is good. This is a good trade here.
Hey, thank you always. You always give me better perspective. I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, good job. Good job finding this. Yeah, good job. All right, but
All right.
yeah, keep it daily on, right? This
Okay.
is what you're looking for here, right? Today would have been great to get in,
Okay.
right? But just that's still fine. So if you want to time it on the 30-minute or 60 is better for equities.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Time it on your 60, but 240 looks good. Daily looks good.
Okay.
All right. All right. Good job. Did you have any other, Eric? You got another one?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Avis Rent-A-Car. It's a CAR, like car. I was curious about that one as well. It looked like it was kind of consolidating and can start dropping soon. So I wanted to make sure I was early to the party as opposed to, kind of late. So CAR for Avis Rent-A-Car.
CAR. Now, those of you who are trading, I know Bill, you trade Sniper, right? You might want to keep an eye on some of these trades, all right?
Yeah, I'm
Eric,
watching.
yeah, that Eric is setting up. CAR. All right.
It's kind of an ugly chart, but
Yeah. All right. Let's see the. All right.
yeah.
Okay. So on the weekly, it looks better.
Okay.
All right. So just time your entry on the 240 or even the 60, but you've got some support, right? I say decent support. So it's right at support here. So 157.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah, I think it closed at 159. So 157 is pretty good support. So pull out a weekly, or you can just take a picture of this right here. All right. And what you're hoping for, don't count this. This is just a low. It's right there. It's right there. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here is if it gets past that, which sellers are coming in, red candle here, right? Red, a little bit of selling today. All right. This was last week. This is this week. And then you've got some poor support. You clear, right? You clear till about 91. All right.
Ooh, okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you see right here, you have no support until 91, but time it on your,
Yes, sir.
keep the weekly so you have reference, right?
Okay.
Right, this is your box right here. So
Mhm.
here, look, check this out. All right, so this is your box right here. There's support and resistance box, okay? So what could happen is buyers can come back in, right? Buyers can come back in and then push
And
that
send it back up.
and kind of do this W, like, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? We have sellers here. The previous move, where it held support, we had no sellers,
Okay.
right? Only white candles. This time we've got sellers coming in. And again, with the market, the way the market is, right? You can get that, finally get that push down,
Okay.
right? Finally get that move down. Now you might not get it all the way down here, but even if you get it anywhere in this area here,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be perfect.
yeah, you've done well.
But man, if it fell to 91, oh my wife would she'd look.
Yeah, good job
Dinner will
though.
come early and often. All right. Thank
Good
you,
job.
sir.
Good job.
All right.
Good job. Good job. Absolutely. Good job. All right. Anyone else with any questions before we call it a night? And I don't mind going a bit later with what's happening with these markets, right? We have a lot of opportunities, right? So I don't mind going a bit later. So any questions on anything?
Hey, David, it's Chris. Just one quick question.
Hey, Chris.
I'm noticing that crypto really reacts to the Dixie going up. Is that something that's just happening recently, or is that something that to definitely keep an eye out for the future? And how much does it affect it, or can it affect it?
You said the Dixie going up?
Yeah, the dollar. Yeah, the dollar DXY.
The DXY. I wouldn't say that. I think that the correlation right now with I wouldn't say the dollar. I wouldn't say the dollar. Now there might be a correlation. I think the closest correlation right now with cryptos is the equity markets. Okay. And I guess it's because they've been moving in the same direction. Okay. So if we took let's see here. We can do a side by side. All right, so let's see here. Let's move this to daily. And so Chris, you'll see it more clearly here. So if you wanted to look for a barometer for the cryptos, we know Bitcoin is the barometer for cryptos, but if you wanted to take a more macro look, then you can use any of the major indexes, but the S&P works well.
Okay.
All right, so here is Bitcoin. So here is Bitcoin on the right, and then we'll do the S&P, which is right here. All right, so this is the S&P right here. All right, you guys see that? You see that? So the S&P right here, and then here is Bitcoin right here.
Wow.
Yeah, very close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, very close. Okay, so if you look here, so if you wanted to, so here is a high. 1, 2, 3. Markdown phase. 1, 2, 3. Markdown phase, right? Selling, 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 selling. Okay, almost identical. Okay, so yeah, so I wouldn't use the dollar, right? Yeah, if you wanted to, you know, I would use the S&P. S&P works well. Yeah, S&P.
Thank you.
Well. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Speaking of the dollar, I'm still in the dollar trades from yesterday too. So I'm just gonna stay in until I get the sell arrow.
Chris, I am happy to hear that. I am so happy to hear that, but
Finally.
finally, it takes a little time, right? It takes a little time, right? But good job staying with them. How long has it been now? 2 days or a day?
Just a day.
A day. Okay. Okay. Stay with them on the 240 and just be patient. Okay. Just be patient. Don't close them. Don't close them.
Okay.
But good job.
Thank you
Good
very
job.
much.
Good
Thanks.
job. Good job. All right, guys. If there isn't any other questions, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. And keep working things out, right? You guys will make progress, right? Right. Keep working things out. All right, guys. Take care. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, Dave.
For fight camps, I come down to